Hello friends, Professor Sex here for my friends at Kink, and this is Kink Outside the Box, the sex ed show where we talk about kink, fetish, roleplay, and much more. On this episode, mindful masturbation, or erotic massage for one. Depending on where you're at in the world, it's very likely that you're experiencing some sort of social distancing as our global community continues our efforts to collectively suppress the spread of COVID-19. One of the most immediate and universal impacts of social distancing, by the very nature of the concept, is a sharp decline in physical closeness to other people, quite possibly including our lovers. Furthermore, whether we live with our partners or have been spending time apart from those we love, for many of us, as we manage the stress of this pandemic, sex may be one of the last things on our minds. I want to encourage you to consider including mindful masturbation and erotic massage into your self-care routine. As many of us are already feeling in profound ways, being physically distanced from other people can contribute to feelings of emotional isolation, which will only increase your stress. Engaging in mindful activities that focus on your own pleasure will help relieve some of the mental and emotional weight on your shoulders. If you're able to include a friend or lover in these practices, great. But I encourage you to consider taking this time to cultivate this relationship with yourself in a deeper way. Let's start with mindfulness. At its core, mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment you're in. Our brains have evolved to become easily distracted. We've got a phone to our left, a computer on our laps, a TV in the distance, a partner, roommate, or kid in the next room, music in the background. We're used to constant distraction, and very rarely are we completely and totally in the here and now, completely focused only on what's in front of us. Ever make it to the end of a podcast and not remember a word of what was said? Ever eat a meal and not remember the taste of a single bite? Ever get all the way to work and not remember the route you took? Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to just one moment at a time. Mindful meditation is a practice where you sit still and focus on your breath. The goal is to relax your mind and become completely engaged only in the act of meditation. So, sit in a comfortable position, legs crossed on a cushion on the floor, or in a comfortable chair with your feet planted and your back straight. You don't want to be too comfy because then you might fall asleep, but if you're too uncomfortable, you won't be able to focus on anything else. Even just finding this balance is part of the mindfulness exercise. Put your phone away, but maybe set a timer for 5 minutes. Depending on how hectic the rest of your life is, at first doing this for even just 5 minutes might seem like a lot to take on, so start small. Many people find it easy to start by closing their eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly let it out through your mouth. Then start by grounding yourself. Feel the floor or cushion beneath you. Feel the texture of your skin or clothing against your hands. Bring your attention away from the chaos out there and right here to the space you take up and the way it feels to be in your body. Then move your attention to your breathing. Again with a deep inhale and a slow exhale. Try to focus only on your breath. Breathe in to the slow count of 5, and then out to the slow count of 6. Into 6, out to 7. Into 7, out to 8. Then in and out to the slow count of 8. Your mind will start to wander. When it does, notice it without judging it. You're not doing anything wrong, that's just what happens. And then come back to your breath. Practice this until your timer beeps, and then be done. Take some time to see how that feels. Get up slowly, and then be gentle with yourself in the time following your meditation. Make it a goal to work up to 15 minutes, and then maybe 30. Once a day, then maybe twice a day. All right, so now let's talk about mindful masturbation. What you're learning from that practice is how to be totally in the moment. Bringing this practice to your masturbation habits can be life-changing. I encourage folks who are new to this to start without using any toys, even if you're used to using toys when you're masturbating. The goal here is not to orgasm. The goal is simply to be fully present with your body and your breath. Doing this in a warm bath or in your soft bed is a great place to start. Get into a comfortable position and close your eyes. You'll practice focusing on the way it feels to touch yourself, from the top of your body, down your chin and neck, across your chest, over your tummy, on your ass and thighs, between your legs. Go slow and be methodical. Breathe and touch. Notice the way your fingers glide over your skin. If you decide to keep any clothing on, notice the way that clothing feels against your hands and against your body. If your mind starts to wander, notice the thoughts and let them go without judgment. Come back to your breath and the way it feels to be touched. Try this for 5, 10, or 15 minutes, then more if you like. After each session, notice the way you felt and the way you feel. If you'd like to include orgasm in this practice, try to vary your experience. Sometimes you can try to allow the orgasm to just come as it will. Sometimes you can try to delay it for a bit and see how that feels. The most important part of the practice is being fully present with yourself. So remember, phones off. All right, so let's carry this into erotic massage. This is where we bring back the toys and we get creative. We often see sex toys marked as personal massagers, but how often do we take the time to explore their use as more than orgasm machines?
You expect me to believe that women buy these to help their sore necks?
It's a neck massager.
Fine. I'd like to return this neck massager.
Maybe you use this time to reconsider toys that haven't been favorites in the past. Or maybe you become reacquainted with your trusty sidekick in new ways. Consider the ways your toys feel on parts of your body they weren't necessarily marketed for. Consider how they feel as pressure point massagers. Combine them with compatible lubes and integrate them with your mindfulness practice for a full body experience. Touch your body in ways that you aren't used to touching yourself and notice how that feels. You can invite a lover or 2 or 3 into this practice with you, or you can do this totally alone. If you're social distancing yourself from your lovers, consider looping them in remotely and practice erotic mindfulness together, staying fully present with each other and taking turns focusing on each other's pleasure. I know this is a stressful time for everyone, and I hope you're able to find relief in small and large ways. I hope this has given you some good ways to start thinking about your sexuality as part of your self-care and discussing it with your partners. If you're interested in additional education or coaching around this, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can get a hold of me at professorsex.com. To sign up and subscribe for crates, go to kinkcrate.com. Thank you so much, have fun, and be safe.